Hi everybody, I hope you're well. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my first impressions on the all-new DJI Mini 3 Pro drone and why I think it could be a game changer for wedding photographers. So, let's crack on. Now, before we get into the reasons I think this drone will be of real interest to photographers, let's first of all have a look at what comes in the box. The box contains the drone itself and a battery, the remote control, a USB-C cable to charge the battery and the remote control, spare propellers, a screwdriver and all the instructions, which I must admit I haven't really read as yet. I only bought this drone yesterday, just before I went out for a big meetup day with all my Patreon community, so not only do I have a bit of a sore head today, but I'm also going to be flying the drone for the very first time in this video. Hopefully I'll be able to get some good footage though, despite the hangover. Now, I should also say that I am not an experienced drone user. I've only ever owned one drone before, which was actually the DJI Mini 1, so I'm not an expert in drones or video. But the good thing is that this drone is not aimed at drone experts, it is aimed at people like me, those who want a quick and easy drone to use and who want to fly a drone, well, just because it's a lot of fun. I should just apologise as well for the fact that I'm sweating. I was not expecting it to be this hot today, but it's absolutely baking. Probably doesn't help as well that I'm very hungover at the moment, but we'll scrap that for now. But yeah, the first thing to say is that for the first time in the DJI Mini series, there is the option to purchase the new drone with the standard remote or the new RC remote, which you can see here has a really nice 5.5-inch display built in. It's really cool. I had the first DJI Mini, and whilst I loved using it, the fact that I had to use my phone to see what I was filming was, I must admit, a bit of a pain because it took longer to set up, and if you ever received notifications or a phone call whilst you were flying the drone, it was very distracting. The RC remote solves all that, and it comes with the DJI Fly app built in. So although this is more expensive than the standard controller, I would definitely recommend to buy this remote if you can, because it's going to make the whole process more simple and just much more seamless. Now, before we send the drone up into the air for the first time, let's talk about the first thing you'll notice when you get this drone out of the box, and that is that it is very, very small. It is tiny. It's amazing that DJI have managed to pack so much technology into such a small drone, but even more important than its size is its weight. Just as the DJI Mini and the DJI Mini 2 before it, the Mini 3 Pro also weighs in at 249 grams, and that is important because it means that for the time being at least, in many countries the laws regarding flying this drone are nowhere near as strict as if the drone were to weigh 250 grams or more. In many countries you don't even need to register the drone. You must obviously make sure that you check the laws in your country if you are going to buy this drone and make sure that you adhere to all the regulations, but there is a reason that DJI works so hard to keep this drone under 250 grams. So the very first time using this drone, because it is the first time I've used it, I'm going to do everything in auto. So no flashy shooting in cine like, or I'm not going to shoot in any RAW or anything like that. I'm just literally just going to learn how to take off basically. So it's very, very simple. And if you've used an earlier DJI Mini model, then it's more or less exactly the same. But the great thing is that the app is no longer on your phone, it is on the remote, which is brilliant. Sorry, it's a bit scary setting up a drone for the first time. Hopefully you'll come back. Couple of things to notice as I'm just flying for the first time. There is a digital zoom, which wasn't on the earlier model, or certainly not the DJI Mini 1 anyway, which I used. Yeah, it's very, very, very simple to use. Although it's probably self-explanatory to say, this drone is very light, which means that if it's very windy, it's probably not a great idea to be flying it. It's not designed to be used in really harsh, certainly windy conditions, so just bear that in mind. As I mentioned a couple of times in this video, for me, the real amazing thing about this drone is its ability to shoot still photographs. So I'm going to take a couple of still photographs now, and then I'm going to share them on the screen. As I mentioned before, I am not a drone or video expert, and because this is the first time I'm using this drone, I'm going to record everything in auto just to keep it simple for me. You do have the option, however, of shooting video in cine-like, so you can grade the video afterwards and also shoot stills in RAW, which is really cool.
Nothing weirder than taking a selfie with a drone.
The specs of this drone are also very, very impressive. The battery life allows for a flight time of up to 34 minutes, so that's what DJI is saying. Just again, bear in mind that I've only got the drone yesterday, using it for the first time today, so I haven't tested that, but DJI say that you can get 34 minutes flight time out of a single battery. Now, one thing I want to add to this video, when I bought this drone, say it only arrived yesterday, it was in very high demand. It's very hard to get hold of it right now because it's just been launched. Now, I wanted to buy the Fly More pack as well, which basically is 2 additional batteries and a battery charger, which would have given me 3 batteries, but they're out of stock everywhere. So at the moment I only have the 1 battery that the drone came with, and what I've realized is that although the flight time is good and you probably get a good half an hour out of it, the recharge time of the battery is quite a while, because when I was making this video I didn't have enough footage, so I went back, recharged the battery and come back out, but I only had about 30% left on the battery when I came back out just now, even though I've been on charge for what feels like quite a while. So I would definitely recommend having either the Fly More pack or at least another battery or 2 in your bag, just because the recharge time of the batteries is quite a while. It's not like you can just put them on charge and 10 minutes ready, they're full again. So just something I thought it was worth mentioning. It can shoot in 4K HDR video, 4K at 60 frames per second and 120 frames per second, which is amazing if you want to shoot in slow motion at 1080p. It's also equipped with forward, backward and downward dual vision sensors, so it can stop itself from hitting an obstacle. Just bear in mind though, there are no side sensors, so you still need to be very careful, and it has various tracking and master shot options built in, which will make it really easy to get very cool looking footage. I'll do my best to overlay some of that in this video, but again, just bear in mind that what you're seeing is day 1 of me using this drone. Now, all that is really cool and very exciting, but as I said at the beginning of the video, I can see this drone being a game changer for wedding photographers. So let's get into that. Up to this point, if you want to take good quality still photographs on a drone, you would have to spend a lot of money on a high-end drone, which in turn would mean that to fly that drone, you would need to complete various licenses and registrations and go through all that red tape that I mentioned earlier. This drone changes that because it weighs in at less than 250 grams. It can take still photographs at 48 megapixels, and as you can hopefully see on the screen now, I'm assuming that the quality of these images is going to be good enough. The stills are easily good enough to print out and include in wedding albums. As I mentioned earlier, before this drone, the only other drone which I've owned was the DJI Mini 1, and although the video quality was good, as you can see here, it was still 2.7K, the quality of the still photographs that it would take was pretty rubbish, to be honest. This changes that, and it puts the ability to shoot good quality still images into the hands of photographers who previously may have had no interest in taking photographs with a drone. For me as a wedding photographer, the problem I had with the first DJI Mini was that it was just a bit faffy to set up, as I mentioned earlier, and on a wedding day the thing which we can't afford to do is waste time. But this drone with the RC remote changes that, and it is now possible to have this drone drone in the air within a minute of getting it out of the bag, and that in itself means that it will become very easy to build it into your workflow on a wedding day. Just think, if you're shooting a very large wedding and the bride and groom want a group shot of everyone, no longer do you have to worry about not being able to get up high somewhere to be able to fit everybody into that photograph. Now all you need to do is get this little drone out of your bag and you can get the shot within a couple of minutes, and it will probably look epic. It also opens up so many possibilities for scene setting photographs of the venue too, not to mention really cool couple portraits. And as soon as I have examples of those type of shots, I will share them on this channel. I honestly believe that this drone will bring good quality aerial photography to the mass market, and I can even see it being something that couples actually start asking for in the future. Now, another really cool feature of this drone is that it can shoot vertically too, which is great for social media such as Instagram, Reels and Stories. And for those photographers offering fusion coverage or dynamic slideshows where you provide both stills and video, this drone again is going to become invaluable. Because it's so small, quick to set up and offers awesome quality, or I'm assuming it's going to, we'll soon find out, it just opens up a whole new world of possibilities and potential. So even if you haven't had an interest in drone photography before, from a wedding photography business point of view, it may be something that you start to think about more and more. Once I've had a chance to use the DJI Mini 3 Pro on shoots, which I have coming up, I'm going to make another video where I can share more examples and talk about my experience using it in the field. I'm really looking forward to using it on real shoots because honestly, if nothing else, using little drones like this, it's just so much fun. Please let me know in the comments what you think. Am I talking rubbish, or do you agree with me that this drone could bring good aerial photography to a much bigger market, especially with wedding photography? I'd love to know what you think. And as always, if you have any other questions, please do let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.
So as you can probably see, the sky is getting better and better, so I didn't want to miss this. So I'm in this ridiculous situation of taking still photographs now on a drone in my hand. I really want to show you the quality of the images, or for myself as well, but I don't have enough battery to actually fly it. But it looks, on the back of the screen, it looks really cool. So it's going to be really interesting to see what these actually look like.